Today I'm going to be doing my August favorites and my August palette update. So I've got just a couple new products here, some I've talked about before, but these are some of my products that I have really been loving for this month. Also talk a little bit about music and like TV show and just other media things that I've really been enjoying for the month of August. So the first thing I've really been loving is this mascara. I did not expect to love it as much as I do so far. This is from Wander Beauty. This is called the Unlashed Volume and Curl Mascara. This one came in I think my July boxy charm. I didn't really expect to like it as much as I do, but what I like about this is it has like a kind of like a soft spoon shape to the brush, and what I really like about that is I feel like it really helps kind of like push your lashes upward and kind of like in a nice kind of like arch shape. And I actually find that it does a really good job at like holding the curl of my lashes. Now I'm definitely one of those people that I prefer a lot of mascaras that are slightly on like the wetter side than the drier side, and so like I almost always love mascaras when I very first get them because they are typically a little bit more wet. But I think that's just kind of like my personal preference when it comes to mascara. However, I think this is a really good one. I don't know if I would buy it though for myself because it is $24, and I'm kind of one of those people that just don't want to spend money on mascaras, but I am like super glad that I got it in my BoxyCharm box. So I think if you were on the fence approaching this mascara, or if you wanted to try it or see what it's like, I think it's definitely a good one. I definitely noticed that it makes my lashes look a lot longer and prettier. It's hard to tell whenever I have like really dark eyeliner on, but I really like this mascara. We'll see if I end up purchasing it in the future, but even though I love it so much, I don't know if I will, just because I feel like there's a lot of good drugstore mascaras as well that are like literally half the price. My next favorite is another BoxyCharm product that I got. I'm really surprised that I've been like really loving so many of my BoxyCharm products lately. So this one was one I got in my August box, so I've only been using it for a little bit, but I really do like this one as well. So this is from Bang Beauty. It's called the Chocolate Gel Eyeliner. Now I don't use it for gel eyeliner because I don't really care for like brown kind of colors, but this has been really good for my eyebrows, using as like an eyebrow pomade. My hair overall just has a little bit more of like some warmth to it, so I find that my typical color, the one that I used, is the BH Cosmetics one in blonde. This one is a little bit like cooler, a little more taupey, and I found that when my hair was like a little bit more bright red, this color just looked a little bit too ashy for me then. So this has been a really good one since I've done the red hair, but I think I will definitely have to end up going back to this one because this one does seem like, just with like platinum blonde hair and me, I think it's just a little bit too warm, but at the moment I'm really liking it. And yeah, so next I have two products that were from my most recent Ulta haul. One of these was like a free gift with purchase product, and I didn't expect to like this one as much either, but I really do. This is from NYX. It's called the Dewy Finish Setting Spray. Now I used it today. This one definitely gives me a really noticeable like dewy kind of like glistening look to my face. The only thing I don't like is that it has like a really strong alcohol smell when you first spray it on. It definitely dissipates, so it's not like going to smell like that the whole time, but it definitely does have that like alcohol scent. So if you really like a glowy setting spray, this one's definitely a good one to check out. Like I said, mine was like a free gift with purchase one, but I feel like this would probably maybe be under $10. I don't really know what the price of this one is. I hope it's under $10 because I'm gonna look like an idiot if it's like more than that, but I feel like that should be like about what it's worth. As far as making my makeup last longer, I don't think I really notice things like that as much, but it definitely does give you a dewy finish if that is something you are looking for. I think they also have this one in like a matte version as well. The next one from my Ulta Beauty haul that I really liked was the Makeup Revolution Luxury Baking Powder in the color Lace. Now this one I was afraid I wasn't going to like because it's more of like a matte powder, and I was afraid it was going to look too thick or heavy under my eyes. The other one I've really been loving is the e.l.f. HD Setting Powder. I always talk about that one. This one has like a little bit of like a shimmery kind of thing to it, and it's like not shimmer because that sounds weird, but like it has like these little like light particles kind of in it, but it doesn't look like you applied like a shimmer eyeshadow under your eyes, if that makes any sense. But this one is a completely matte one, and I feel like this one is just a hair like yellowy kind of under my eyes, but I feel like once I have all my makeup on, it really doesn't like, I don't know, look that obvious or anything. But I've been liking this one as well. I find it does a really good job at like setting the makeup. I do think it makes my under eyes look a tiny bit more crepey or kind of dry looking, but honestly that's just my under eyes, and I don't think there's really anything that will not do that on me. But it does a really good job at setting my concealer and not creasing as much, so that's been definitely one I really like. This is the Peripera Ink Skin Tint. This one is really good for when you just want something like really light on your skin, but you can actually build this up to look like really nice medium coverage like foundation, but if you want to go super sheer and just like a light wash of like color over the skin just to like even things out, this one's really, really good for that. There's also two color correctors that go with this kind of like product. I don't really think they're that necessary for me personally, but they do exist. If those are things you're interested in, then you should definitely check out the video that I did with the color correctors as well. And then the last favorite has been nail products. So I've been like really into gel nails for like the past, like I would say like 3 months or so, and for like 2 months straight, I just like kept painting my nails like with the black gel that I really loved. I talked about it in one of my past favorites. It might have been last month or the month before, but I was just doing like black gel nails, and anytime I wanted to just redo them, I would just use that color. I don't have a whole lot of gel polishes because they are a little bit more expensive, but then I was like kind of getting tired of the black, so I was like, I need to do something different. So what do? I paint them dark purple. So it's really like almost like you really can't tell. These are like a super dark eggplanty plum, like borderline black. Like you probably would just think these are black nails if you weren't looking very closely. This is another one I like. This one is from the Sally Hansen gel polish collection. This one is in the color Troublemaker. So it's just like this really dark plum. And that has been the color that I've been wearing for all month, pretty much since I switched from the black. Not that different, but I really like gel nails, and I find that they just help my nails like actually stay this long. Like if I had nails this long and just wore like regular nail polish, my nails just break. So that's one thing I like about gel polishes, is I can actually like grow my nails out and like have like really pretty long nails. Otherwise my hands just look very fat, short, and stumpy when I don't have longer nails. So gels have just been a definite favorite of mine, and I'm kind of looking into getting like some more colors because I only have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 gel polishes, and I just want more. So my last few favorites of the month, some like music things. The new BTS album came out. I'm so excited, and I'm going to their concert in Fort Worth on Sunday, so I really can't wait. It's like, what, 2 weeks away? I am going to die. I'm so excited. It's gonna be the like highlight of my life. At least the highlight of like the last 5 years. But I really love the new album. It was kind of like a repackaged one, so there were I think like 7 new songs or something like that, but Seesaw really like was so unexpectedly good. Like it was the song that really kind of like has been my jam, and the album's only been out for like a few days, but I don't care. It has been so good. Yeah, so I'm just so excited. I can't wait to go see the concert, can't wait to see them. It's gonna be like the best thing ever. Some other things, I finally finished the, or not really finished, but caught up to My Favorite Murder podcast, and I like just binged listened to that. I can't remember, I think I started in the beginning of July or like the very end of June, and I finished it about like 2 weeks ago, and I really am so sad I don't have like this whole library of you know, episodes to listen to. I actually started like re-listening to a few of the episodes, so I just haven't had the time to like really commit to starting like a whole new podcast, but I love listening to like true crime kind of things. I think Up and Vanished season 2 just came back, so I'm really excited to listen to that as well, but of course that only comes out like, you know, like once a week or something, so I'm gonna have to like wait forever to like listen to it, but I'm glad that one's back. I'm sure eventually I'll start a whole bunch of other like podcasts as well. There's so many like on my list that I really want to listen to, so yeah, definitely have a lot to listen to. And as far as TV shows, some K-dramas, what have I been watching lately? I just finished one. This one came out in like 2016. It's called Cheese in the Trap. I really like that one, even though like the main character dude, he was kind of like almost psycho, but for some reason I still liked him, and I liked the characters together. But then like the second lead guy like really kind of made more sense for the main character, but the only thing I didn't like was like the ending was very good, but then like the very last bit, like literally like the last 5 minutes of it, I just felt was so like underwhelming and kind of blah. Like I hate whenever shows are so good but then they just kind of like trail off at the end. I definitely love K-dramas that have like a little bit more of like a mystery kind of suspense to it. So yeah, that was a really good one. And then I started watching What's Wrong with Secretary Kim. Now I'm watching with my mom, and she loves it, but I swear I'm just so bored. I really like the lead actor in this one, but for some reason I'm just not really getting into the show. This one came out probably, I think it finished probably like a month or 2 ago. So I'm watching that one. It's okay, I'm probably like halfway through. I'll have to see if my thoughts like change on that one, but so far I think it's just an okay one. And then before that one, I had started trying to watch Radio Romance, another one that came out like a couple months ago. I got like 3 episodes in and I was so bored. Like nothing happened. Like 3 episodes in, like that's 3 hours of a show, and like nothing happened. So that's one I might either have to come back to or maybe just abandon, but at this point it was just so boring. So as far as all of like the products and favorites, I think that's pretty much it. So I will quickly just move on to my palette update for the month of August. So the palette I've been using is this one from e.l.f. I apologize, I still have not figured out the name of this one. It's just like a really standard kind of like neutral palette. The whole top row, or I guess technically the bottom row with how I'm holding it, is all mattes, and then the other two are all shimmers. So overall I think this was an okay palette, but I'm not excited about it, and I just don't have the time or like honestly like the collection space to keep products I'm really not excited about anymore. So this is another palette I'm going to be decluttering. I just found that it wasn't really that exciting to me. I don't really like palettes that have a million shimmers and only a couple mattes, which is kind of the case with this next palette, but I do like it. But yeah, so I think I'm just going to declutter this one. It's so lightly used. I'm sure like either one of my little cousins or like one of my family members would totally get a lot more use out of this because it is a more like, you know, wearable, natural, you know, kind of palette. Definitely not the worst palette I've ever tried, but it's just not exciting to me, and life's too short to have eyeshadow that you're not excited about. And so the next palette I'm going to be using for the month of September, this is the Coastal Scents Revealed palette. I already did the Revealed 2 in February, and I was thinking about decluttering that one, but we will have to see, you know, after I've kind of gone through the whole year and like look at what I'm getting rid of and not. I'll have to like kind of reevaluate if there's any palettes I want to like last minute save. But this one is one that is supposed to be like their like Urban Decay version 1, and side note, I am so sad that they're like discontinuing the Urban Decay eyeshadow palette, like the original one. I still have mine and I'm keeping it. That was the very first palette I did for this 1-year challenge. That was my January palette, and I'm definitely keeping that one. I think it was kind of cute how like Urban Decay did their like little burial kind of service in memoriam for the Urban Decay Naked palette, but I'm not sure if they're really going to like completely get rid of it. I feel like they're gonna like bring it back or something. I definitely think they're gonna like do like a resurrection, bring it back kind of product, because it was just such an iconic palette, and they're probably just trying to get rid of like all the stock that they have. That's kind of like my conspiracy theory, but we will see. But I'm definitely not going to buy another Urban Decay Naked palette, like a backup of that, because I still have mine. And even though it's like a really nostalgic palette for me, I just don't need like a backup of an eyeshadow palette. I have never used up an eyeshadow palette of anything, so I don't really need that. But this is kind of like a very similar one. It's got a lot of colors like that. This one almost kind of goes like Urban Decay Naked 1 and also a little bit of like Naked 2, where it was like a little bit more cool toned. So yeah, this is going to be my palette for September. So that's pretty much it for this monthly favorites and palette update. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, link is below. I've actually been starting to post more there. I'm trying to like, I don't know, maybe do a little bit more like teasers or behind the scenes or like just, you know, things on there. So hopefully I'll be able to be actually updating my Instagram more. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Please like and subscribe, and yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.